suddenly realized I had selected the wrong microphone, and I do apologize if you're getting some kind of weird, crazy sound there in the background. Just wanted to double check. Are you able to hear me now, and is the sound level okay? If somebody can just jump on the chat and just let me know. Great. Thanks very much, Rachel. So today is the last of our Marketing University sessions for the year, and I would like to just say a quick thank you to everybody that has been joining us so far for the various Demo University and Marketing University sessions that we've been running. I hope that you have found them to be worthwhile, and I hope that you'll certainly be looking forward to joining us again when we start these sessions up again in the new year. So having said that, what I'd like to do is I'd like to finish the year and get a little bit tactical, if I may, because one of the things that I know is very, very clear, and by the way, I'm not showing anything on the screen yet that you need to see, so I'm about to start sharing something. But yeah, we want to get tactical, and just I want to leave you with some things that as you potentially take some time off over the holiday break, and as you start thinking about the new year and your New Year's resolutions, I want to leave you with some very specific tactical things that you can spend some time reviewing and thinking about in the new year. So the last couple of Marketing University sessions we've been doing is I've been taking you through some of the basics of the whole marketing process that we are working with here at Acumatica, and we're encouraging you as an Acumatica partner to work with. And this is really, we started off with the definition of marketing, that marketing is getting someone with a need for your product or service to know, like, and trust you so that they try, buy, repeat, buy, and refer others to you. And then we started going through the fact that marketing is a system, and I started taking you through the 7 steps to marketing success. Well, I know, these sessions hopefully are good and are helpful, but oftentimes what we sometimes do is you come along to one of these sessions and I sit here and I talk about a whole bunch of things and I show you a whole bunch of things, but then you walk away and you think, well, okay, now how do I really start to turn that into something practical? So there's a couple of things that we've put together which will hopefully help you to do that. And as you think about moving into the new year, and maybe a New Year's resolution is this coming year I'm going to be more organized. This coming year I'm going to build a formal marketing plan, and I'm going to execute against that marketing plan. And you're thinking, well, maybe what do I need to do to make that happen? I want to make sure that if that is your New Year's resolution or one of your New Year's resolutions, that we make it easy as possible for you to keep to that resolution by providing you with some extra tools and some extra information. So by now, many of you will be aware that 2 of the things that I publish to help you as a partner is the marketing toolkit and the Acumatica sales toolkit. So what I want to do is just make sure that you are familiar with the marketing toolkit. And then I want to take you through a specific process that you can use to build your marketing plan as you go forwards into the new year. So the marketing toolkit, fundamentally, what is it? It's built in Evernote. Now, just quickly, let me just ask, I'm going to do a quick poll. So please stand by. I am going to just quickly create a poll. And then I'm going to share that with you. Do you have access to the marketing toolkit yet? And the answers are yes or no. So let's just save that poll, and I'm now going to launch it, and then we'll just quickly see. So if I launch, so now we've got the poll open. I just want to double check how many of you do actually have access to the marketing toolkit. So far, 43% of you have voted, and I can see 67% are saying yes, and 33% are saying no. So let's just wait a couple more seconds. 50-50, yes and no. All right. Still a 50-50 yes and no. 57% of you have voted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 71% of you have voted. I'm just going to stop the poll now. So thank you very much for that. And I'll just close that poll. So yeah, the final number looked like about 60-40, 60% saying yes, 40% saying no. So if you do not yet have access to the marketing toolkit, what you need to do after today's session is you need to go ahead and you need to make sure you actually do have Evernote. And you can get Evernote by going to www.evernote.com, sign up for a free account, and then download the Evernote client for your particular machine. Maybe you're running Windows, maybe you're running a Mac. The Evernote toolkit is available for all of those different platforms. All right, so download Evernote, and then just send me an email requesting access to the marketing toolkit, and I will then share that with you. All right, so let me just start showing my screen again. And so what we then end up with is you will end up with access to this marketing toolkit. Now, the whole concept behind Evernote is it works on this idea of notebooks. And in the notebooks, I basically put in a whole range of different pieces of content. So, for example, one of the pieces of content that's in the marketing toolkit is a document that we launched at the Acumatica Partner Summit in Denver a little earlier this year. And this is the marketing strategy and planning guidebook for your Acumatica practice. So you'll see this is an example of a document that is built using PDF. And when you're looking at it inside Evernote, what it does, you can go in here and you can open the document. So I can go in here and I can say, well, I want to open it with Adobe Acrobat. And then what does it do? It then basically opens it up for me in my Acrobat. And then I'm just going to zoom out a little bit just so you can see it in full page mode. So this is the document. Oh, we'll pop back up one spot. And then you can see what it basically consists of is some guidance to the campaigns and topics that are available for you to execute if you want to do lead generation or if you want to execute some kind of marketing demand generation activity. So you'll see there is a range of different ideas in here. All right, so webinar campaigns, a wholesale distribution campaign, some best practice guidance on newsletters, a campaign we built called the Future Campaign, and I think my, yes, there we go, my Adobe Acrobat's just decided that it needs me to re-sign in because I use it on multiple computers, and Adobe are very fussy about their licensing. They don't like you to have it authorized on too many computers at once. So sorry, just bear with me for a second while I quickly sign back in. Remember, to get the right password? Okay, so that's obviously not the right one. Let me try this other one. That's better. All right, sorry about this, folks. Won't be 1 second. All right, we're back again. So that's all good. And I'll close that down again, and let's try that one more time. Open with Adobe Acrobat. All right, and we're back where we started. And just zoom back out again. All right, so as I was saying, you know, these ideas of some of these different campaigns that are available for you, with examples of the landing page that we can provide for you a postcard if you want to start generating postcards, mailing those out. If you want to, generate tickets for your events, and again, if you're thinking, why would I give somebody a ticket? If it's let's say it's a webinar or something like that. Well, it's just another way of reminding them that, that they've signed up to attend a particular event. And we can do anything with these kinds of tickets. You can send it out just as an email. We can put a quick response code on it. There's all kinds of different things that you can do with these. All you have to do is reach out to Michelle Greening or myself, or speak to your partner account manager and tell them you want to run one of these campaigns, and we can adjust it and adapt it specifically for you. So here's our wholesale distribution campaign. So again, that's available, and there is, as you can see, there is a landing page, there is electronic direct mail letters, again, the ticket format, the postcard format, and so on. Then there's some guidelines on if you want to start running newsletters with some best practices and so on. So we can provide you all of these templates that you can then start running. All right, so we can provide you these templates in a variety of different formats. There's a multi-channel campaign for those of you who are trying to sell to customers who might be in the retail space, who are looking for not only a back office solution, but a retail point of sale and even a solution for their website. So that's there as well, and so on and so forth. And then there's a bunch of other examples of some of the campaign themes that are available for you. So that's just one example of one of the documents that's inside the marketing toolkit. So again, give some thought to some of these campaigns. And of course, if you are going through the process that I've been talking about in the marketing universities recently, then, one of the things that you can do is that you can think about your marketing strategy. You can go through, map out your marketing strategy, and then set up a call with your partner account manager and Michelle Greening or I, and we can have a conversation about what your marketing strategy is, and then look at how do we take some of those existing templates and build on them or adapt them to your specific marketing strategy. All right? Now, at Acumatica, we use HubSpot. One of the great things about using HubSpot is that as part of what HubSpot do is they are the masters of content marketing. They build a whole range of really helpful documents that take you through all kinds of different ideas. So as I find one of those that I think is particularly helpful or relates back to a specific topic that's valuable, or it's a topic that people have been talking about, I've been talking to partners about, I will put it in the marketing toolkit. So here's an example: how to use landing pages for business. So the great thing about Evernote is I don't have to launch this document as a PDF. I can, from inside Evernote, is I can go in here. I want to use this and share it with other people inside the organization. I can go up here and I can just click on the present button. You'll see what it then does is it formats that document and gets it ready for me so that I can then use it for doing a presentation. All right, so this allows me to go through and select these documents, and then as I have the document open, I am then able to go ahead and present this document or read it directly inside my Evernote. All right, so there's a whole range of these different tools, these different documents available inside the toolkit. Okay, so and then you can, of course, you can scroll down through it. You can double click on it and launch it then inside Adobe Acrobat, and then you can go in here into view and view it in full screen mode, and then you have all of this information. So yes, you will find inside these documents there is a promotion for HubSpot, and I've got to tell you that I highly recommend HubSpot. If you're looking for a marketing automation solution, we use HubSpot here. and it's been really, really fantastic in terms of helping us, you know, generate and execute our marketing campaigns. So, and track and manage everything that happens with the interaction we're having with people on the website. But again, you can see, you know, here is all this content which just explains to you how to start using landing pages, how to build them, what to do with them, key things that you need to be aware of when you're building your landing pages and so on. All right, so the marketing toolkit has all of those kinds of documents, as I said, and then you can, of course, exit out of there. So not only are there those guideline documents, but there's also toolkits on how to build things like building personas. There is also step-by-step guides and workbooks to help you as you go through specific marketing activities. So, for example, let's say you're planning a website redesign. Well, you can see in here, I've embedded in a website redesign workbook that you can then use, and you can open up that website redesign workbook, all right, and you can then take that workbook and you can build upon it. So again, it's just having a little bit of a connection here as I try to open up this document. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe my computer doesn't want to play nice with me at the moment. But anyway, the Excel spreadsheet is embedded in this inside this note. And here's another one for example, and off it goes. Now it's decided to wake up. Now it's probably going to try and open it up 50 times because I double-clicked 50 times. But anyway, you'll see here is this particular workbook. So instructions on how to use the workbook, defining your strategy, right? Defining what you want to do from a strategic perspective. And let me just get rid of that pop-up message there. And it looks like that's having another connection. Sorry about that, folks. Let's close that down. Looks like my computer's telling me it wants to go on holidays as well. But anyway, we're back here. Defining your strategy, all right? So giving you step-by-step guidelines, you know, building a plan, going through and determining your design, then managing the build process, managing the optimization process. And again, you'll notice that there are even suggestions of tools that you can use that help you to execute some of these things. So you want to make sure your website is multi-browser compatible. It says use this browsershots.org, which what it will do, it will automatically hit your web pages using different browsers, and it will then send you back a snapshot or a picture of what your website looks like in that particular browser. So very, very helpful. You know, doing things like, you know, cascading style sheet validation, and also other things like testing how quickly do your pages load, and then, you know, testing to see whether or not your pages or your sites are optimized for mobile viewing. All right, so lots of different tools in there. Now, so that's all good, but the most important component or content that's actually in there, I think, is what we've put together around the duct tape marketing process. So at Acumatica, we have invested on your behalf and licensed the usage of the duct tape marketing process. And one of the things that goes hand in hand with that is a series of workbooks that you can use to help you build and execute your marketing strategy. So you'll see each one of these workbooks is actually embedded here inside the marketing toolkit. So for example, a workbook here talking about how to do your advertising. A workbook here talking about how is the best way to do direct mail. A workbook telling you about, you know, giving you some guidelines on best practice for blogging and so on. All right? So not only are those there, but hand in hand with every single one of these workbooks, what you're going to find is there is actually an MP3 recording of John Jantz, the man behind Duct Tape Marketing, giving you some guidance on what that topic is all about and how to best utilize that particular workbook. So then if you go all the way down through the system or through the documents, one of the documents that you're going to find, all right, that's in here, consists of all of those different documents. Let me just find where it is, because I'm having a mental block at the moment and I cannot remember the exact name of the document, because if I did, I would be able to just type it into my search function up the top here and it would find it for me. So I'm afraid I just cannot remember the name of that particular file, but you can see there's a lot of these files in here. Okay, there's 94 different documents. So no shortage of content there to actually help you as you go through and you build your marketing process. And I'm sure it's here. There it is. All right, it's the one entitled Acumatica Partner Marketing System. So you'll see what I've done in this particular document is I've put together all of those workbooks in the one location. So you'll notice one of the things that we've been doing, or you'll notice one of the things that this does is it links back specifically to all the topics that I've been talking with you about in the Marketing University. So let's take, for example, this one, your ideal client. Now, if I double-click on that and open it, and then I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it in full screen mode, you'll see discover your ideal target market, and marketing without strategy is the noise before defeat. You've probably heard me say that before. It's a variation on a quote from Sun Tzu. So again, in the workbook, what does it do? Is it shows you what's in this particular workbook, what are the key points that you need to be aware of, and then what are the specific action steps that you need to take to be able to execute on your strategy, all right, or to be able to build this particular part of the plan. And so you'll see there's quite a bit of educational content here, just explaining to you why this is important. And this is what I've already talked about in the Marketing University. But if there's one thing I've learned is that repetition is the mother of understanding. So, every time I pick these documents up and I read them again, it just reminds me of something that I may have forgotten. So I'd encourage you to use this information. Now, where it really starts to get valuable is when you start getting down here into some of the tools. So we provide you with a series of tools that enable you to execute the activities. For example, in this particular case, the one we want is the B2B worksheet, where you want to build a list of your ideal clients and then do some research on them to try and find the characteristics that give you, consistency, so that when you go looking for more companies, you've got those characteristics that you can use to target your marketing activities against. All right, so here's your ideal client description. What segment is it? Maybe it's wholesale and distribution. What are the challenges that they wish to solve? What's going to make them purchase? How do you know what is it that they're doing that indicates to you that they are a qualified prospect? What's the biggest frustration that kind of customer has? And then, if you like, a biographical sketch. All right, this is describing them, describing their behavior, describing the way they think. So this is almost like a persona, all right? And if you're not familiar with personas, and you've heard me say personas a couple of times and you're thinking, what is personas? Well, guess what? In the Marketing Toolkit, there's a document explaining to you what personas are, how to build them, and how to use them, all right? So each one of these workbooks is basically here and available for you to work through. And then you'll see all of the forms that are in all of these workbooks are actually here as well in the fillable forms document. And you'll see there's 54 pages in this one. Why? Because it's a collection of all the different forms that you might want to use. Building your vision, building your ideal client picture, creating a core difference, doing a brand and identity audit, okay, setting up a creative brief if you want to do a creative brief for an agency, building your marketing hourglass that we talked about in the last marketing workshop or the last marketing university session. talking about what do you need to do and providing you tools to help you build content. Other documents on helping you build your total web presence and so on. So everything that you need to be effective in building and executing your marketing plan is in here. And as I always say, at the risk of being mistaken for a late night TV salesperson, but wait, there's more. One of the other things that I would recommend to you, and it's a very, very, very valuable investment, is going out and purchasing a copy of the sales and marketing plan software. So this was on sale during the Black Friday sales, I think on Amazon. It got down as low as $17 to buy a copy. It's now back up to about $40 or $50, I think, to buy a copy. But I actually have 2 or 3 copies to give away that I've already purchased. So the first 3 people to email me requesting a copy of that software, I will give you a copy paid for by me, and it will be my pleasure to give that to you. So the first 3 people who email me requesting a copy of that will get a free copy. But what does it do? Well, it enables you to build your sales and marketing plans. So let me just open it up. It's Windows-based, so you do need to be running Windows. If you're running a Mac, the software will not run on the Mac, but of course, what you can do is you can spin it up on a copy of Parallels, which allows you, as you know, to run Windows programs on your Macintosh. So let me just find where have I got it installed. As you can see, I've got at least 1 or 2 programs installed here on this particular machine that I'm working with. And I just have to find it. eTax. Now, those of you who know how to use Windows 8 are probably sitting there going, hey, Richard, you idiot, why don't you just start typing it in, and you will know that it will find the apps that match. And maybe I've actually uninstalled it from this machine. And I think maybe I have. Just give me 1 second, folks. I was pretty sure I'd installed it. Might be on another machine that I have. All right. Well, not to fear. I actually do have it here on my machine. So bear with me for 2 seconds just while I quickly install the software, and you'll see how quick it is to install it. So I'm just going to pause showing my screen. I'm going to give you some music back again just quickly while I reinstall this software. So please stand by.
Why? Well, let me roll up onto the sidewalk and take a look. Yes. Whoa! She's beautiful. I'm talking about a Yankee Rose. And she looks wild. 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 Are you ready for the new sensation? Well, here's a shot going round the world. Are you bathroom boys salute when a flag goes? Well, guess who's back in circulation? And I don't know what you may have heard, but what I need right now is the original Good Time Go. She's a vision from coast to coast to coast. See the shining sea, see the shining sea. Hey, sister, you're the perfect toast to toast. Show me your bright light in your city light. All right, I'm talking about the Yankee Rose. Bright light in your city light. All right, I'm talking about it. When she walks, watch the sparks will fly. Firecracking on the 4th of July. No sad songs tonight. Something's in the air. You can feel the gas
Okay, so now that I've deafened you with a little bit of David Lee Roth and woken you all back up again, I've now downloaded the Sales and Marketing Plan Pro software again, and I'm just going to quickly install it, and you'll see basically the process is very, very simple. As I said, you can download or you can purchase it and download it from Amazon, and it's then just going to basically ask you to install your serial number. And then once you've purchased the software from Amazon, by the way, the great thing about buying software from Amazon, if you've never done it before, is that it actually keeps copies of all of the software for you in Amazon. And then it allows you to go in here at any point, and you can go into your account, and you can go into what they call your games and software library. It just allow you to log on, and then it will allow you to retrieve your license key. And so you can see I've actually purchased quite a few copies of Sales and Marketing Plan Pro, including the 3 that you have the opportunity to win one of. So then all I have to do is then just quickly put in that serial number. So let's do that now, SMPRU, and then S11Y4. And I know a couple of you who are already on the call are potentially already using this software because your partner account manager may have introduced this to you. We're actually using it internally here at Acumatica. So when we sit down to do a session with you on marketing planning, one of the things that our partner account managers do, because they've all got a copy of this software, is they'll boot up a copy of the software and then they will use it together with you. So it's very, very handy to actually have a copy of it. So we're nearly there. It's just installed in the files, and now I'm going to go ahead and say I want to launch it. So that's all great. I click Finish. And you'll see it now opens up the software. Asks me, do I want to update it? Again, like all good software does, all those updates are available over the internet. So I'm going to activate it on the internet. And then it just says, congratulations, you've activated. And then I'll now say finish, and we're ready to go. So what do you get in the Sales and Marketing Pro software? You get the ability to build a marketing plan and a sales plan. So the first thing that I always recommend you do is you build your marketing plan. So you'll see there's the marketing planning tool. So we're going to launch that. And what does it do? It creates a brand new plan. Give it a couple of seconds while it creates the document. And then once that's done, it will then take me through for want of a better term, an interview process. Okay? So how does the interview process work? Well, it acts like having a marketing consultant in a box. You can go in here and it says, well, what do you want to build? Do you want to build a sales plan, a basic marketing plan, or a standard marketing plan? So, I would always try and recommend that you use the standard marketing plan, and then you say next. And you say, okay, when's my marketing plan going to start? Well, maybe it's going to start in January 2015. Or what you can do is you can go in here and you can say, you know what? I want to replace the month and year with non-specific labels. All right, so it'll be month 1, month 2, month 3. So that way, you don't know exactly when you're going to start the process, but, you can set a starting point. Then I'll say next, and let's say, and now it's going to ask me to give it a name, so I might say, well, this is my Acumatica Sales and Marketing Plan, and then I'll say next. It's going to ask me, do I want to do a forecast, a sales forecast? Do I want a 5-year forecast or a 12-month forecast? So I'll say, no, I want a standard term plan, which is basically 36 months. And then it's going to say, when you're forecasting your sales, how do you want that done? Do I want a units-based forecast or forecasting by values? I'm going to forecast by values, and it's then going to say, do you want to include a second year of monthly data in your financials? Now, you can pull financial information out of your accounting system, out of your ERP, and you can import that into the plan as well. But now I'm going to say finish, and that's now it. Let me just maximize that up. What you'll see when you look across here on the side, these are all the things that you need to do. You need to define who is your ideal customer. What is your remarkable difference? What is your core strategy? What is your product or service innovation? What's your lead generation plan? Your lead conversion plan? Your marketing materials? Now, funnily enough, this aligns exactly with everything that I've been delivering to you during the Marketing University. So you'll know pretty much everything that you need to do this. But it explains to you what do you what do you need to think about, what do you need to read, and each one of these aligns with the workbooks as well that are in the marketing toolkit. All right. So demographics. Demographics are the measure of common physical characteristics: age, employment status. If you're selling to consumers, gender, occupation. If you're selling to businesses, industry, employee count, type of business. So basically what it's now asking you to do is it's asking you to document this. And if you're not sure what they mean, you can go here to examples, and you can see there are a whole range of different examples that you can select from, and then you can paste that example into the topic. So here's an example that I've pasted into the topic, and then you go to the next one, psychographics. All right, and again, it's giving me examples. And I can, if I don't need the instructions anymore, I can say hide instructions, and then it's just giving me the ability to type that straight into here. So what is this doing? Fundamentally, it is building, or it's helping you build your entire marketing plan. And then what happens when you get to the end? Well, you can see an outline of your entire plan, and as you've gone through this process, it's now effectively built the plan, and when you go in here and you say print, you can specify which components of the plan you want to print, and then you can go ahead and generate your marketing plan as a complete document. And we've seen a couple of partners do this, and it's making the whole process of going out working together and helping them achieve their goals with their Acumatica practice so much easier. So hopefully this makes sense to you. So let me give you an example of what a finished plan looks like. They've got sample plans in here. Now, I hate sample plans, but you kind of have to include them just to be, because oftentimes the best way of looking at this is to see an example, but I would encourage you, please don't just take one like for example, the software company. Okay, don't just take that example plan and then import that in and then just change the names, because you're kind of defeating the purpose. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to import it in. I'm going to import all the items just for the sake of the exercise, just so you see what a finished product looks like. And I'm going to overwrite all of the things that I've just done. And so now you'll see here is a completed plan with the demographics, psychographics, geographics, and so on, everything that's in there. And then now if I go ahead and I'll say print, and that's all good, and I say preview, let's give it a couple of seconds to generate. What you'll see is an example of the end result, which is fairly comprehensive. Okay, as I go through each of these pages, it's producing, market analysis, all of your financials, okay, assuming that you've put all this information in. So what it basically does is it gives you a way of pulling all that together. And then, of course, the secret to an effective plan is not just to do it and then say, well, that's now done and stick it in the drawer. You always want to be coming back and reviewing this on a regular basis. All right? So that's that tool. And it's the Sales and Marketing Plan Pro software. And just so you know, I'm going to say no to save those changes. Let's just double check and see how much it is right now. If you go and purchase it on Amazon, they may have some specials. I think I did mention during one of our sessions when those specials were on. Let's see, Sales and Marketing Plan Pro. Let's do a search. There it is. Hey, look at that. Right now you can buy it for $24.59 plus tax. So you can see it's normally $79.99. So again, that's basically there. This is the one you want, Sales and Marketing Plan Pro. Okay? So, you know, again, I would encourage you to get a copy of that. And of course, the people, actually, let me just check and see if anyone has emailed me yet requesting a copy, and I'll tell you who the winners are right now. I'll give you immediate feedback. So 1 second. Reach into my prize drawing pool, and hopefully, all right, so our winners are Alan Agden, Mary Abdian, and whoop, okay, and all right, I've still got one more copy of the software to give away. So one more person, if one more person gets in their request for that copy of the software, you'll join Alan and Mary and you will receive a free copy of the software with my compliments. All right, so they're our two winners so far. So Alan and Mary, you'll get an email from me this afternoon with a link where you can download the software and also a serial number. All right, and then you can spend your holiday break building your marketing plan for 2015. All right, so with that, I'm pretty much going to wrap up for today because I've given you quite a lot of things to contemplate, I think. One of the other points that I do want to raise, and I mentioned this in last week's Sales University, is that I have been spending a lot of time building a whole range of new content for Demos on Demand and for the demo mail system. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, please contact your partner account manager and ask them to sign you up because right now there's more than 150 videos that are now available for you to utilize in your outbound marketing activity. So there are, actually by the middle of next week when the production's finished on the ones that we did this week, there will be at least 10 demo videos going through things from project accounting to sales order processing to purchase order processing, complete end-to-end demos of the lead to cash business process, going from procure to pay. So instead of you having to, okay, and our third winner is Laura, and hopefully I'll get your email or your pronunciation of your name right, Laura. I'm assuming it's Heinbockel. So Laura is our third winner. So all of our copies are gone. So again, thank you. But instead of you going out and doing the demos, you will then be able to send out the demo recordings to your prospective customers. And just as an FYI, if you're worried, if you think, well, is that really as good as, you know, going out and doing a demonstration face-to-face? Well, in theory, no, it's not. But the advantage of this is that not everybody is available 9 to 5, Monday to Friday when you're ready to do demos. Not everybody wants to get a face-to-face demo. This gives you the ability to let them get a demonstration of Acumatica without you having to go out there and do it. And the feedback so far is that it is working very, very well. All right, so with that, I am going to wrap up, and I'm going to close off by wishing you all the best for the rest of the year that's in front of us. For those of you who are involved in sales and are out there trying to close those last few deals for this quarter and this year, good luck with that. I would encourage you, if you need any help from any of us in the Acumatica team, we're all here across the holiday break, or quite a few of us are here across the holiday break. and we're available to help you do those last-minute things and close those last-minute deals. But I wish you and your families a peaceful and a happy holiday break, and I will look forward to talking with you in the new year. Stay tuned, because I will send out the invitations to the next series of sales and marketing universities. All right? So with that, again, have a great holiday period, and I look forward to talking with you in the new year. Thanks very much.